Et salut à tous et bienvenue pour ce deuxième épisode sur Retour vers le futur en compagnie de Rasta Jambon. Je sais pas si t'as mis ta voix, je sais pas si les gens t'entendent. T'es en mode inconnu, bah vas-y, mets ta voix, commande. J'ai des gens qui me regardent maintenant. J'ai j'ai environ 50 abonnés. Bah non mais comme ça, vas-y, bah regarde en même temps le
Pas
Twitch.
1000 abonnés pour Necros TV, objectif fin 2018.
Regarde le jeu, comme ça tu verras si ça te plaît, mais franchement ça a l'air
Je
fidèle
l'avais
à la
téléchargé, c'est
trilogie.
pas...
Donc déjà, moi le truc logique à faire c'est de parler à Einstein.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie? Why couldn't Doc have invented a dog translator?
Et du coup, on se dirige vers quoi alors l'histoire en gros?
En fait, le doc il a disparu, et du coup on doit le retrouver.
I guess there's time for a quick game.
Ah, j'ai le temps pour une petite partie. Ah bon, Ah bon.
Okay, now I'm ready.
D'accord. En fait, on a juste vu entrer là-dedans. Donc ça servira sûrement à faire passer le temps.
I
Ah!
see you sneaking into that liquor store, young man!
D'accord. Je crois que j'ai compris. Non. Oui.
Step away from the
5 jours de
door.
film.
Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now! Scat!
E. Strickland? You aren't related to, Vice Principal Strickland, are you, ma'am?
Not that it's any of your business.
On voit que c'est la période de Noël. Sur TF1, ils ont diffusé les Star Wars et France 2 et ils diffusent les Seigneurs des Anneaux en France.
Yes, what's old man Strick? I mean, what else has your brother been saying about me?
Nothing I couldn't have deduced from myself, slacker. State your business, child! You're making me miss Merv!
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not sure why I'm here. Einstein here brought me, and...
Well?
Can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Starbase Zero. I hope Jimmy's fixed the wild gunman machine. What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie? Why couldn't Doc have invented a dog translator?
I haven't got all day. You're trying my patience, young man.
I'm not a hooligan, ma'am. I'm a teenager.
I wasn't born yesterday, young man. Aren't you the miscreant who skateboards through the town square every morning between 8 and 8:30 in a decidedly unpunctual manner?
Yeah?
All skateboarders are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up. State your business, child. You're making me miss Merv.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Je sais pas
I'm not
pourquoi, mais
sure
est-ce
why
que
I'm
dans
here. Einstein here brought me, and...
Well?
dans Retour vers le futur, il y a la chanson qui fait de... Tin, tin, ta, 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 ta.
Can you let me in? I've
Nope.
got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Oh. Necros. Bonsoir et bienvenue sur Necros TV. Alors,
Ah merde, j'ai
parle
coupé le micro. Je sais pas depuis quand j'ai coupé le micro.
A1 liquor. I like the new bars Mr. Figgins put on the windows. Very secure. On second thought, I don't really want to go in there.
C'est marrant, c'est qu'il y a eu plein
Gone all
de,
day.
tu sais, des anciens films qui ont été, entre guillemets, pas remis à jour, mais ils ont refait, tu vois. Le Retour vers le futur, la licence, elle n'a jamais été reprise.
Non. Bah, ils avaient parlé de faire un remake à une
Peut-être.
époque.
Can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Ils avaient parlé de faire un
On va bien
remake,
voir,
mais franchement, je suis pas vraiment chaud pour qu'ils fassent un remake parce que bon, ça dépend. Hein. Et tu sais, ça a bien vieilli Retour vers le futur. Ça se regarde encore bien aujourd'hui, tu vois.
Ouais, bah après, il pourrait faire encore plus dans le futur, tu vois.
Oui, mais bon.
En même temps, il y en a déjà des films de
I
SF et
haven't
tout,
gone
mais
all
bon,
day.
je trouve que l'univers est assez riche pour
Ouais, mais faut que ça respecte.
pour faire autre chose. Dans le passé, dans le futur. Une autre
Can you
histoire,
let me
quoi.
in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Les scénarios sont c'est un peu comme les Star Wars, tu peux en faire pendant 40 ans.
A shoe? Now what would I want with a... Huh? Stay there!
Il y en a eu tellement, ils étaient nuls que bon, ça pourrait pas être pire. Il faut trouver l'acteur aussi.
Ouais, bah l'acteur, tu sais qu'il est malade, hein, il paraît. Il a parié qu'il a une espèce de sclérose en plaques.
Leave that creature outside!
Bon, bah déjà à l'époque,
Sorry, Einstein.
Ah ouais?
ouais, enfin à l'époque, à la fin du 3, il était déjà un peu, il commençait à être malade à cette époque.
Non, mais je parle du jeune,
C'est
hein.
une maladie.
Took you long
Ouais,
enough.
Marty.
Hmm.
Um,
Ouais,
there's a
ouais,
lot
il a
of
sa
stairs.
maladie, enfin c'est une maladie
return
sur
the
le
shoe,
chronique,
I
sur le
mean.
long terme.
I
il
lost
était déjà
it
un peu malade à cette
ages
époque.
ago. You can put
Je sais
it
pas s'il y a
down
pas
next to
il y a
the
un
other one.
double, enfin pas un double truc, mais ils ont vraiment emmerdé. Ouais, il y a le
Much
truc,
better.
je sais pas si c'est une
So
espèce de
neat,
Parkinson ou il y a
orderly.
une espèce de
Now
transloc
I
aussi.
suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No, I.
All I've got is tea and candy.
But
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are
Il y avait
hooligans.
je sais pas si tu connais la série, il jouait dans la série Sin City. Non, pas Sin City, je crois que c'est Sin City, ouais.
Have a seat,
Ah bon?
sonny.
Non.
Non, j'ai jamais regardé, j'ai vu le film.
Ah non, non, ça n'a rien à voir en fait. Non, c'est Spin City, je crois que ça s'appelle. En fait, c'est avec une espèce de série humoristique. C'est sympa à regarder, hein, c'est une bonne petite. C'est dans le même univers que Friends, un peu, tu vois. C'est rigolo, tout ça.
Oh, I wouldn't do
Et
that
ça
if
se
I
passe
were
dans
you.
les coups, c'est
Miss
les
Pretty
gens qui travaillent dans
Whiskers
les
is
bureaux de la
very
Maison Blanche.
particular
De la
about
Maison
who
Blanche,
handles
le
her
maire de
food.
New York. C'est rigolo. Et lui, il jouait le mec
touch
du cabinet,
those.
le chef de
My
cabinet du maire.
newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously
Il vieillit un
organized.
peu, il y a un peu
Not
tout
about to
mélangé,
let
il
some
vieillit vite
street
aussi, un peu
punk
comme
get
ça.
jam all over them.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. And don't touch anything.
Juveniles
Tu
collide
fais
with
comment là,
manure
genre
trucks.
Marty gros enculé ou
Nice
Marty
picture.
sympa
Bah, t'as pas vraiment de choix, tu sais, c'est un jeu tête, ils te font croire que t'as des choix, mais en fin de compte, t'en as pas tellement.
Dans les Walking Dead,
Ground
tu peux
Mansion
faire un peu
destroyed.
enculé ou un gars sympa,
1962.
mais là,
No, no, that's not where
j'imagine
Doc's
pas trop.
stranded. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least. Firm announces plans for Lone Pine Mall. Peabody Ranch to be rezoned for commercial development. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least. Hey, mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
Man, these are powerful. I could see Biff going into the video store.
You wouldn't believe the filth that boy watches. Yeah, he's nothing but an out-of-control hedonist, just like his father.
If there's a clue to finding Doc out there, I'm not seeing it. I don't even know where to start looking.
Bon, c'est vachement orienté recherche.
Ah ouais.
Einstein brought me that shoe from the past. But when in the past? Is that Vice Principal Strickland?
Mother never could keep little Gerald out of her clothes.
Miss Strickland, about your tea. You forgot to turn on the...
You! It's spelled with a U! You illiterate vandal!
Bon, Necros, je reste dans le groupe, mais j'ai chez mon frère, je reviens dans même pas 10 minutes. Là.
Ok,
Un petit dessert. Là. À toutes.
ça marche. Les bonbons, est-ce qu'on va prendre des bonbons? Je sais pas.
Marshall Strickland.
My grandfather, gunned down by Mad Dog Tannen over
Ah, faut
100
sûrement regarder les
years
photos
ago.
pour savoir à peu près où il est.
It's not how I remember it.
Ah, d'accord, oui, j'ai oublié que les Strickland c'était.
Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that?
Nothing. Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that?
Nothing. Mind if I take a look?
Go ahead, dear.
Hey, there's Jennifer's mom coming out of the market.
Mrs. Parker? I find it curious that she always uses the same strapping red-headed bag boy. Don't you?
If there's a clue to find a Doc out there, I'm not seeing it. I don't even know where to start looking. Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree!
Yes? Do you remember when you lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Aye, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But
Oh, fine, let me think about it. Yes, I remember. I lost it in a scuffle with a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh, yes, the day that speakeasy burned down.
a speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch.
No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt Fanny. Yeah, your generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square. Right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
What's with all these newspapers?
This is my personal archive. I've got every issue of the Hill Valley Telegraph ever published.
Get out. Every single issue?
From 1871 to the present. If it happened in Hill Valley, you'll find it in my stacks.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
Doing some stargazing?
No, I set my sights on lower things. Is that?
Tim Tannen! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
Don't let me keep you from your business.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that?
Nothing. The candy looks older than I am. Miss Pretty Whiskers?
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
Oh! You've gotten my history out of order! Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? Oh! Get out! Get out! Get out! Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
Ouais, du coup, j'ai pas bien compris ce qu'il fallait faire avec la bouffe du chat. Je sais pas s'il y avait quelque chose à faire avec la bouffe du chat ou pas, mais bon. Ah, Marty s'est changé pour aller en 1930.
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play. We're doing...
Grapes of Wrath?
Right.
Oh, Steinbeck! Who are you playing? Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone. You ready to go, Einstein? I've got to turn on the time circuits first. Time circuits, on. Flux capacitor, fluxy. Okay, if Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what
Ouais,
you're doing,
ou un an
Doc.
ou deux avant qu'il ait des problèmes avec les gangs, tu vois. Plutôt qu'aller chercher un mec qui est recherché par un gang, pourquoi ne pas y aller avant qu'il ait un litige avec eux? Ça aurait été intelligent aussi, Marty, mais bon. Salut. Jean-Bill arrive, il est parti boire un coup chez son frère qui habite à 10 minutes de chez lui, puis il revient. Ah, si j'ai bien compris, toute sa famille est près de chez lui. Là. Quelle horreur. Ah, je suis en train de faire une vidéo sur Retour vers le futur, donc si tu m'entends parler tout seul, c'est normal. Tu aimes bien la saga, toi? Ah, c'est une de mes sagas préférées. Enfin, en même temps, j'ai un peu grandi avec ça. Ouais, quoi, je me sors non plus.
Einstein, where'd you go now, boy?
Ah, toi, le futur, j'ai dû le voir. Pouh. Surtout l'épisode 1 et 2, en fait. Le 3 est moins bien. Ouais, c'est ça, ouais. C'est le moins bien des 3. En fait, ils ont bien fait d'arrêter au 3 parce que ça commençait à être moins bon, quoi. Ils ont pas fait l'épisode 2 trop, quoi. C'est moins bon, mais ça reste correct. Ah oui, c'est sympa d'être dans... Oula. C'est sympa d'être dans l'univers de... Ils sont pas mal les jeux Telltale en général, ils arrivent pas trop mal à reproduire l'univers de leur des jeux, des films dans lesquels ils s'inspirent, mais
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Who? Me?
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man
oh,
with a
c'est
street
la vieille en
reaction.
plus jeune, ça je suis sûr.
Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
Ah, carrément, vous avez une équipe maintenant.
How'd Doc get himself into...
Doc?
Doc is his nickname. I'm good friends with Carl.
You are? Really? Oh, but I need an unbiased opinion for my story. Pretend you don't know him. How would you feel about his heroic act of destruction?
Par contre, ouais, moi j'ai acheté le jeu sur PlayStation 4 du coup, mais j'ai acheté le 2017, j'attends que le 2018 soit vraiment pas trop cher. Mais bon, là du coup, je le prendrai sûrement bientôt quand je vais faire des petites économies là, parce que j'ai changé de forfait de téléphone, comme je disais à Rasta. Et du coup, je paye 60 € de téléphone pour moi et 25 € pour ma femme, et du coup, là je vais payer 20 et 10 € pour ma femme. Donc du coup, 55 € de... 5... Ouais, non, je suis parti chez SFR, mais on a la box chez SFR en plus. Donc du coup, 55 € d'économie par mois, donc je pourrais me permettre de racheter des petits jeux à droite à gauche, quoi. Parce que là, franchement, au niveau, comme je groupe un peu tout, au niveau dépenses, internet, mobile, jeux vidéo, tu vois, ça me revenait quand même un peu cher, Netflix, tout ça.
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
Yeah, tell him, go ahead, make my day.
Make your day what? Never mind. I'll play around with it and see if I can come up with something better. Mr. May I get your name?
Yeah, it's...
Ça marche. Ça roule. Callahan, c'est quoi ça? C'est le bandit qui a tué son... C'est pas le bandit qui a tué son père, ça?
Harry Callahan.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Callahan. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
I know, I met you back. I mean, I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet! I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no, down boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
Doc, I gotta find Doc.
J'aurais dû dire Michael Corleone pour le... Mais je pensais que Callahan, ça allait faire quelque chose. Non, du coup, j'ai mis Callahan, mais j'aurais dû mettre... Michael Corleone pour le clin d'œil. Il y a tout ça à fouiller maintenant. Oula,
Hey,
on n'a pas
can I
fini.
get some moose?
What does this look like? A hunting lodge?
D'accord, ah non, en fait, ouais, ok. Ça, c'est un peu dommage qu'on puisse pas rentrer dans les... Ah, le requin, c'est un clin d'œil aux deux, ça.
I'm not so sure I want to stay in a place that welcomes transients. Wow, looks like they used a real shark. Hmm.
You gonna buy anything?
No.
Then get out, bum.
I guess this is where the speakeasy burned down. How'd Doc ever get mixed up in that? Gale, Zemeckis, and Fine. Attorneys at law. No solicitors.
How can I help you, sir?
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there.
McFly!
Biff?
Kid!
Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it! If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right, that's better. What are you looking at, punk?
Keep your eyes on the soup, kid.
Well?
Well, what?
Well, what are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 plus 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. For we were born only yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow. Actually, I won't be born for about 40 years. Eli thought she was drunk and said to her, "How long will you keep on getting drunk? Get rid of your wine." Eli should mind his own business. There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help. I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
The kitchen's for management only, rummy.
Whoa! Okay. Hey, never mind. Maybe I should go to the jail and talk to Doc before I start dialing random people in 1931. Nice rack.
Yeah, we got all kinds of culinary enhancements back there.
Doc!
Marty!
Doc!
What are you doing here?
You sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system, of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan?
A plan, right. But what?
Why don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum-shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Well, I suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You'll need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me! 1931 me!
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely!
Won't talking to yourself cause, irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something?
It should be fine. I've already invented the idea of the rocket drill. You've just got to goad my younger self into finishing the prototype.
How am I supposed to convince your younger self to finish the rocket drill? Just tell him I need to break his older self out of jail?
Absolutely not. Whatever you do, you can't tell my younger self anything about time travel. I won't come up with the inspiration for the flux capacitor for another 24 years.
Then what am I supposed to...
Just be your charming self. From what I remember, I'm a pretty easygoing kid, so enlisting me in a scientific adventure should be a piece of cake.
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
presence?
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who, may I say, is calling?
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse. I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. Looks like these pipes go into the basement. Hey, how you doing, Einie? Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Don't touch those! These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm, Harry Callahan.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact. Naturally, h to the a multiplied by the inversion of h has to come out less than expectation value of a, right? No. What am I missing here? Or do we take h to stand for the line? But in that case, h to the a multiplied by the inverse of a might well be equal to h expectation value, but only if the coefficient of friction remains.
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Force equals mass times acceleration, of course. That's Newton. But how many newtons are required to maintain a...
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party in the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Callahan, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science.
Hello?
No solicitors!
Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong, wrong, wrong. Or do we take H to stand for Hermitian line operator? Well, in that case, H to the A multiplied by the A might not be equal to A.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Come on, you could trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for, in more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character! Now if H stands...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
So, Emmett, what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night? But today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer, or soda. What do you say?
Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about your...
Don't say it.
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight.
Now if H stands for...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about your...
Don't say it. One-dimensional harmonic oscillator. Or do we take... Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. Oh. H to stand for Hermitian line operator. But in that case, H to the... Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. Oh. Let's start over. Force equals mass times acceleration, of course. That's Newton.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. Or do we take H to stand for the...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. Median line operator. Well, in that case, now if H stands for one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally multiplied by the inversion of...
Hey, how you doing, Einie? Nah. Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
Doc!
Morty, have you found my younger self yet?
Allô, oui, me revoilà. Allô? Comment on fait pour vous regarder sur Necros TV?
Merde, le micro est fermé.
Tu diffuses sur Mixer?
Non, sur YouTube. Sur Twitch. Mais alors,
Ah,
par contre,
c'est
je crois que depuis tout à l'heure, je parle dans le vent parce que mon micro était fermé.
Tu devrais faire sur Mixer, la qualité de la vidéo elle est plus facile.
Ouais, je sais, mais j'arrive
Genre,
pas à... Je comprends
je vois
pas
3
comment...
secondes après toi.
Je comprends pas comment on diffuse sur YouTube après, en fait, avec Mixer.
Ah.
Donc du coup, voilà. Du coup, je reste sur Twitch. Mais il y a Body XY qui est passé, là.
Ouais.
Il a dit qu'il avait réuni toute l'équipe. Donc ça serait bien que tu sois là ce soir pour jouer.
Ah, d'accord.
Ton pote à qui tu joues au basket, là. Il a dit que ce soir, voilà.
Voilà. Ah, merci, ma secrétaire.
Mhm. Alors, tu vis dans la même rue que ton frère en plus que tes parents, là?
Comment?
Oh, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Ton frère, il vit dans la même rue que vous aussi?
Ouais, il habite au bout de la rue.
Putain, vous êtes tous là-dedans, quoi.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals a Hamiltonian operator.
Ouais, en plus, le gars, la Body, il s'est embrouillé avec un des vieux potes
Only if it
qui
turns
joue au
out that
basket pour
reality
faire
is
d'arbre.
actually nothing more than a
Donc, je suis
holographic
obligé de
illusion
faire un
created
jeu
by
à
the
terre, un jeu
interplay
à
of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So...
It'll be fine.
What was H again?
The Hamiltonian operator.
Got it. Where have you been all this time? I missed you.
I've missed you too, Marty. But I thought it was important to let you live your own life for a while, free from the insanity of time travel.
I gotta admit, it was nice to not have my family history blowing up in my face for a few months.
Besides, I've been busy raising my own unpredictable teenagers.
Ah, il y a un Necros 38 sur Mixer.
Ah ouais?
Ouais. C'est aussi de sa région, 38.
So how are Clara and the kids?
They're fine, fine. Right now we're trying to decide where to send Jules and Vern to college. Clara prefers the 2020s, but I'm partial to the 1960s. We're planning on visiting you and Jennifer in 2011 soon.
Me and Jennifer? In 2011?
Oh, forget I said anything.
Where'd the DeLorean come from? The last time I saw it had been smashed to pieces by a train.
It's a fantastic story. Do you remember when the DeLorean got struck by lightning in 1955?
Yeah?
Unbeknownst to either of us, the lightning produced a temporal duplicate of the time machine, one that was tossed 70 years into the future.
What?
I found out about it during a trip to 2025 and recovered it just in time to stop Griff Tannen from vandalizing the time stream.
Heavy. So that DeLorean...
is for all intents and purposes the exact same machine as the original. Plus or minus little bells and whistles I've added over the years, of course.
So, what were you doing in 1931 anyway?
Oh, nothing terribly exciting. Indulging in a little personal nostalgia, picking up a few rare out-of-print books to surprise Clara on her birthday, solving a historical mystery or two. The usual.
Usual? You lead a pretty unusual life, Doc.
It's an unusual universe, Marty.
I hate to tell you, Doc, but your last time departed display is on the fritz.
It is? So how did you find me?
I found one of Edna Strickland's shoes.
Putain, il y a Baron, il joue à
How did one of
Farming
her shoes get
Simulator.
in the DeLorean?
Einstein took it from her.
He did? How strange. Heidi almost never
Yes,
attacks
you-
people. Not without a good reason, anyway.
How'd you wind up in jail in 1931 anyway?
During my trip to the past, I decided to look into one of Hill Valley's unsolved mysteries.
The fire at the speakeasy.
Exactly. I thought I was safely hidden across the street. But when the fire started, there was a tremendous explosion, and I was knocked unconscious by a stray brick. When I woke up, I was here in jail, charged with arson.
That's horrible.
I know. Worse yet, I still don't know who started the fire.
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather.
Oh,
Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
good.
I wish I could, though. This era's Tannen is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma. What was her name again?
Sylvia.
Right, Sylvia.
Ben moi, comme un vieil alcoolique tout seul, je me suis fait mon petit apéro, quoi.
Ah bah bravo.
Hang in there, Doc.
Not the best choice of words, Marty.
Tu sais, les mini bouteilles de champagne.
Doc.
Marty, how goes the escape plan?
What's the story with this kid Tannen jerk anyway?
Biff's father? By this time next year, he'll be pulling down a life sentence in San Quentin. There was even a song about it.
Wait, if Biff will be born in 1938, and Kid will be in prison...
As I recall, he escaped from prison in 1937 for about 3 hours.
That's a busy 3 hours.
No kidding.
Oh ben le con.
What do you know about Edna Strickland?
Edna, we never really socialized when I was younger. She was a few years older than me, and we traveled in different socioeconomic circles. Why do you ask?
She thinks you're a hero for burning down that speakeasy. She's doing a story on you.
A story? Oh, yes, now I remember. Ask Edna, the etiquette column that doubled as a pro-temperance soapbox. She believed that the consumption of alcohol would inevitably lead to a complete societal breakdown.
Sounds like a fun gal.
You should have seen her when the hippies started showing up in the 60s. She just about lost her mind.
That would explain a lot. I know this really isn't the right time or place, but I found your notebook.
Ah, so that's where I left it. Why'd you bring it here?
Because the bank's selling off all your stuff.
They can't do that.
Le Necros, c'est pour dommage que vous n'ayez pas eu
You hold on to it for safekeeping. We'll deal with my
pression.
financial situation in
Bah oui, j'ai
1936
le 2017 sur
after we saved me from a
PS4.
grisly death in 1931.
En fait, faut acheter celui au lieu de l'acheter à la limite, t'en achètes un tous les 2 ans, je comprendrais, tu vois. Là, ça fait 2 ans de cuite que t'achètes celui de l'année d'avant.
Bah non, mais j'avais acheté l'autre, rappelle-toi, mais il me l'a jamais envoyé, le mec chez qui je l'ai acheté. Je l'avais trouvé à 28 € et c'était une arnaque, tu te rappelles?
Oui.
Du coup, j'ai pris celui-là sur PS4 en attendant que j'achète l'autre, mais je l'achèterai, mais je sais pas quand. Enfin là, comme je t'ai dit, je vais faire 60 € d'économie sur mon téléphone tous les mois, donc je vais pouvoir me permettre de me le prendre sûrement.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Callahan.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator?
Yeah.
Great Scott! If H is the Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket power drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered the subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. If it'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
Arthur McFly? I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
Shh! It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen, yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
C'est pas mal du tout le jeu, hein. J'aime bien.
Ah ouais?
Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Callahan. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
I'm sorry about the way Einstein lit into you back there. I don't know what got into him.
Well, I hope you've learned to keep him under control.
Yeah, I found someone to keep him distracted.
Very good. Now let's see if you know your multiplication tables.
What's the scoop?
I've heard rumors that something shady is going on at the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen. It's under new management, you know. And oh, we mustn't jump to any conclusions. Not till the facts are in. I hope to heaven it is just a rumor. That soup kitchen is the front line in the good fight. If it goes bad, what will happen to the Stay Sober Society? Not to mention all the charitable institutions that depend on me for soup deliveries.
You make hot soup deliveries?
It's one of my many small contributions to the good cause. Healthy bodies, healthy souls, or so one hopes. I pick up barrels of hot soup at the kitchen, and I deliver them hither and thither. Hill Valley Orphanage, the St. Francis Xavier Ranch for Unwanted Children, Foggy Mountain Home for the Incurably Insane, Shady Acres Rest Home. Oh, I can barely keep track of them all. It's a very big job.
What's the Stay Sober Society?
You haven't heard of the SSS? They do the most
Oh, no.
marvelous work, taking hopeless drunken bums and turning them into former hopeless drunken bums. I'm one of the founding members. And not to say that I was ever, well, you know. Anyway, we've always met in the cellar of the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen, but for some reason the new managers don't want us down there, so we're stuck. We've got nowhere to meet.
I know a place where the Stay Sober Society can meet.
Oh? Where?
The Brown residence.
You mean Judge Brown's place?
Yeah, I happen to be good friends with his son Emmett, and he's told me the judge would love to lend his place out for, you know, good causes like yours.
Really? Why, that's the most generous, public-spirited offer I've received in a
Mais
month
donc,
of
tout est-
Sundays.
tout est
Please tell
chinois
your
qui
friend
sont sur la
Emmett
ligne
we
chinois.
accept. The meeting isn't due to
Les
start for a little
affiches,
while,
c'est-
so that'll give our people some time to set up.
Hey, I can help you deliver soup. I donate a lot of time to charities.
Oh? Which ones?
The, Mario Brothers.
Ah, yes. The Italians do so many good works.
If you'll just fix it so I can pick up the barrels of soup.
Now hold your horses, let's not get over-eager. I drive the soup cycle in this town, and I'm not about to turn it over to an upstart. But if you're well-connected with the local charitable institutions,
Yeah?
you can let me know when they're running low on
Je
soup.
suis super sympa avec eux. La star de l'équipe.
Did you finish the story you interviewed me for? About Carl Sagan?
Yes, but those pig-headed editors at the paper rejected it. They said my story was slanted, and that I was glorifying a suspected arsonist. As if their stories aren't always glorifying the criminal vermin that run this town. This whole thing makes me so mad I could spit. Though of course I never would. There's an ordinance against it, and it's so untidy.
As a matter of fact, I do know a local charity that's running low on soup.
Oh? Who?
Lui, les lancers francs, c'est dur. Les badges dans celui-là, c'est mieux
The
foutu.
Stay Sober Society.
Bless you for thinking of them. But that meeting isn't scheduled to start for a little while. And we wouldn't want them eating cold soup.
Est-ce que toi, tu
I'm
vas
sorry
que dans
about
le
the way
premier, mais
Einstein lit
après-
into you back there. I don't know what got into him.
Well, I hope you've learned to keep him under control.
Yeah, I found someone to keep him
Tiens, le
distracted.
meneur, il m'a...
Very good. Now let's see if you know your multiplication tables.
I got a book.
Oh? Where?
Nice bike. Huffy?
Huffy? I'm not huffy. I'm passionate. Passionate about justice, safety, law, and order.
Never mind.
Ah. C'est un peu... on a un peu du mal à
The
savoir
hell,
ce qu'il faut
Matches?
faire.
You got kiwi all over my socks!
Sorry, boss.
Get out of here. How about you?
Huh?
I'm sitting at a shoe shine booth. You walk up. Either you're here to shine my shoes, or you got a death wish. Which is it?
Edna Strickland thinks your soup kitchen might not be on the up and up.
That dame gets on my nerves. Got a great pair of gams, though.
Hey, I represent United Charities of Hill Valley. Can you authorize me to pick up soup from your establishment and deliver it to some very deserving souls?
Nah, that Strickland dame's got the charity racket pretty much locked up. No point in giving her competition.
How come you won't let the Stay Sober Society hold their meeting in the cellar of your soup kitchen?
We got other plans for that cellar, and it don't necessarily involve staying sober.
I guess you won't talk about your business.
Why not? I got nothing to hide. I recently acquired controlling interest in the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen.
I'm looking for a guy named Arthur McFly. He's my, sort of a relative.
Well, he's my employee, and he's very busy today.
Isn't that Arthur McFly's hat you're holding?
It was McFly's hat. Now, it's my peanut bowl.
Can I have some peanuts?
Why not? I'm a magnanimous kind of guy. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, break time's over. Back to work.
Isn't a soup kitchen an odd line of business for a guy like you?
I like soup. Plus, I got a heart as big as all outdoors. Buff a little harder. I want to see myself in the toes.
About Arthur McFly.
Yeah?
So, when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the
Voilà ton
office.
coéquipier.
Hey, you missed a spot.
Salut.
Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right?
He's at the, office.
Where's the office?
I forget.
So, when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the office. Hey, you missed a spot.
So, one more thing about that hat.
You're testing my patience, boy.
Could I buy Arthur's hat off you?
Could you keep your mind on your work, huh? Shoeshine boy? I'm hanging on to my peanut ball.
I sure could go for some peanuts.
Lucky for you, I'm in a giving mood.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
What the hell is that?
Hey!
What'd you do?
Give me that hat, you lousy crook!
Emmett! Emmett!
Ouais, je...
Nobody makes a monkey out of Kid Tannen! Hey!
Ouais, je finis mon match, après je vais aller manger.
Al! Fix me up!
J'ai fait des
Where'd you
mics.
learn how to move like that?
Sandlot football. They used to call me the Streak.
Get out!
Il revient dans le parc tranquille.
Dans le parc, t'es dans le parc, Nico?
Ouais, on va d'échapper à des bandits, puis 2 secondes après, ils se remettent à la place où ils étaient avant. Normal. Ah, c'est pas le même parc, hein.
You have to deliver a lot of subpoenas?
Father's always sending me out to do these dirty jobs. He wants to expose me to different kinds of people. All he's exposed me to is a lot of new curse words.
This subpoena's for Arthur McFly?
Have you seen him?
For a few seconds in the soup kitchen, but I think he's gone back into hiding.
Brilliant deduction, Einstein.
J'ai fait des bonnes parties hier. Avec BG, hein. J'ai des séries avec 4, j'ai
What
fait
do you
une
know
partie
about
où j'ai fait
Arthur
4
McFly?
J'ai bien aimé mon...
Certified accountant, graduated Hill Valley 5 classes ahead of me. Seems like a nice fellow, actually.
How did he get mixed up with a guy like Kid Tannen?
Who knows? Sometimes people find themselves stuck in situations they can't get out of.
Et là, c'est vraiment... J'arrive dans la zone à l'arrache, je me couche.
How about Kid Tannen?
Je vois un
What do we
bonhomme
know
qui va
about
sur
him?
le cadavre à Gardio, j'envoie une
He's
fumigène.
obnoxious, he's not very
Je
bright,
tire
and
à
he doesn't
travers la
like anybody getting in
fumigène,
his
le bonhomme,
way.
il meurt.
Yep, that's a Tannen, all right.
Non, non, mais je savais où il était, tu vois, c'était pour que moi, il me voit pas.
This might be a stupid question, but couldn't you have designed your rocket-powered drill to
Après,
run
j'ai
on
échaté de le
fuel
toucher à
that,
travers
you
les
know,
fumigènes.
isn't illegal?
C'est ce que je voulais.
Illegal? What does law have to do with science? Science has its own laws. You of all people
Le
should
même,
know
j'ai terminé
that.
deuxième.
If serving subpoenas is such dirty work, why don't you just say
Ouais.
no?
Look,
En
what's
fait,
the
le gars,
worst
je l'ai
thing
vu
that
arriver
can
sur la
happen to
balle
me
gauche
on
et
this
j'ai un
job?
peu bricolé dans les
You
boutons.
get shot.
Et puis j'ai
Yeah,
tiré
well,
pas à
believe
côté,
me,
mais...
that's nothing compared to what I'll get if I mouth off to my pop.
But couldn't you tweak your engine design a little so it runs on something else?
Like what?
I don't know, gas maybe?
Gasoline? Pfft, yesterday's news. You'll see. By 1940, automobiles will all run on pure alcohol.
Any idea where we could find Artie?
Not a jot. If only we had a way of tracking him.
Some of us down at the patent office are wondering, what made you think of a rocket-powered drill?
Ah, that'd be Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. It was a revelation.
Yeah, that's kind of what we figured. Have you read The Time Machine?
H.G. Wells? Not yet, but it's on my list.
We'll get that subpoena delivered, or my name isn't...
Harry Callahan!
Yeah.
Merde, mon père.
Hey, Q-Ball.
What?
The truck just arrived with a fresh shipment of, soup.
Soup? Soup?
Well, this is the regular soup, and this is the special soup.
Right. Special.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm spicing up the soup. It's my secret recipe.
Listen, this ain't the Savoy, and we ain't here
Ah
to
merde,
feed these
j'ai
bozos
fermé
no
encore parce
fake
que
soup.
j'ai deux.
The boss has
Je vais
got
fermer
a
le micro avec
Pourquoi
le
tu
micro puis avec la
Pourquoi
manette.
tu
Donc,
coupes
du coup,
Pourquoi tu coupes ton micro?
All right. Just try the soup.
parce que je bouffe des chocolats.
Ah, mais c'est pas...
Well?
I can
Mais
see why you
sinon,
wanna
ouais, dans la
keep
coupe,
this
ça fait
a
3 mois que
secret.
j'y ai pas parlé, donc c'est un moment que je l'ai pas vu.
c'est ça.
Bah là, il fait la gueule à Gargio, il paraît, parce que il a pris Battleground. Alors qu'il avait dit que c'était de la merde comme jeu, mais moi et en plus, mais Gargio aussi, hein, contrairement à ce qu'il dit, parce qu'ils m'ont tous les deux déconseillé de prendre le jeu, et puis maintenant ils sont tous dessus là, tu sais. Bah, Garjo,
Juste
lui, il
parce
m'a dit que ça
que
serait
de ce qu'il
répétitif.
voyait, tu vois. Après, quand tu l'as en main, c'est pas pareil.
Après, c'est clairement pas un jeu qui vaut 70 €, mais pour 23 €.
Ça,
Je l'ai eu,
c'est avec la
bah, je
graphique,
l'ai eu à
tu le
23 sur
regardes.
Instant
Mais...
Gaming, moi. À voir, ouais, bref, ça fait des années qu'il est en bêta, hein. Mais bon, si on compte la version PC.
Bon, ça fait une petite année, ça démarre début d'année.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Could I have a bowl of soup?
We're a soup kitchen. What do you think?
Bah, oui, Marseille.
What kind of soup is this? It tastes like...
Scrolle ribolita?
I was gonna say week-old cabbage.
Everyone's a critic. Look, all I got to work with is this 2-bit soup in a barrel and spice rack that hadn't been restocked since the Coolidge administration. What do you think I should do to perk this slop up?
Let's see. Have you tried... Salt?
Salt? What do you think, it's too bland? Too mild? I didn't put too much pepper in it, did I?
I just think it could use a little more salt.
No accounting for taste these days.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. Huddle up, Emmett.
Huddle?
Just listen up for a second. Any ideas about how to get the hooch?
Hooch?
The alcohol, Emmett.
One might come to the conclusion that the hooch is being hidden in some of those barrels.
You're probably right, but which ones?
Now, if I could get my hands on some of those barrels, I could weigh them and compare their specific gravity.
Specific gravity? Come on, Emmett. Kids' goons aren't going to let us do an experiment on their barrels.
No, I suppose you're right. We'll just have to ask the guy behind the counter.
What? Ask him if any of his barrels are filled with illegal moonshine? Get real here.
Well, I imagine a modicum of subtlety would be used.
Subtlety, right. Emmett, I can't get into the door over there. Those tables are jamming it shut.
The door? So your plan is to just waltz in there and take a barrel of alcohol?
No, of course not. That would be stupid, right?
I'll say.
Still, I'd like to get that door open. I can't do anything from out here.
Well, it's a simple matter of physics. A lever, some sort of stop. Let me see what I can come up with.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help. Okay, I've got some more ideas about your soup.
Do tell.
Let's see. Have you tried parsley? It might help to complement the mellow flavor of the cabbage.
Compliment the mellow... What are you talking about?
Trust me.
You might be on to something, kid. Let me see what I got.
Eureka!
Emmett.
Yes?
Oh, that's interesting.
Just a little mechanical ingenuity. In the end, the door is open.
Yeah, good job. We'll score that hooch somehow.
I'll keep cogitating.
I still think the soup needs more flavor.
Ah, Miss Strickland. Come for some more soup?
Come now, Mr. Donnelly. You know I wouldn't set one foot in this mockery of all that is good and decent if the poor of Hill Valley weren't so dependent on Mr. Tannen's overblown show of generosity.
Was that a yes?
Just give me the soup before I gag on the hypocrisy.
I'll tell the boss you said hello.
I'll just bet you will.
Edna picked up the barrel of hooch. Now all I have to do is to get it from her somehow. Emmett.
Yes?
Obviously this kitchen isn't the speakeasy.
Indeed. This must be some sort of front meant to cleverly and legally obfuscate the existence of a hidden establishment of ill repute. Perhaps in the basement.
Right. That might explain the elevator. We'll score that hooch somehow.
I'll keep cogitating.
We'll get that subpoena delivered.
Ouais, 9h. 9h. Ouais. Surtout qu'après-demain, je fais un 15 et minuit. Après-demain, je fais 16-21. Mais pour 4 heures ou 5 heures.